So let me get this straight.
Yes.
We don't want to do... We're temporarily pausing Elden Ring.
Yes.
So
Because I do not want to play it anymore.
So
right
instead of Elden Ring, we're just going to play another FromSoft game.
Yes.
Cool. As long as we have that clear.
There's a lot of things in Elden Ring that like I'm trying to wrap my brain around as far as like game design goes.
Welcome to Dark Souls 2, by the way.
This is Dark Souls 2.
Welcome to Dark Souls 2.
Hate on me if you want, but this is my favorite From Software game.
Ooh. The controversy.
I'm throwing down the gauntlet on this.
I'm a lot of people like give it crap, but it's not a bad game. It's, in my opinion, it's like the quote unquote the weakest FromSoft game to like be as light as possible. I think the others are better. Alij.
Don't worry about it.
I'm Alij.
There we go.
Cool. But a lot of people like give this game a lot of crap.
Yeah, they're like, it's not Dark Souls 1. No interconnected world.
But the people who...
You elevator to Iron Keep.
All the people who hate on this game are the same people who like only Generation 1 of Pokemon and no other... every other generation is crap.
Yeah, like, I mean, I get the people who really like Dark Souls 1.
Which is really funny because Dark Souls 1 isn't even like the first Souls game.
Yeah.
Demon Souls is the first Souls game. And you won't find too many Demon Soul purists. Because Demon Souls wasn't the best game.
Gotta do...
The dreadlocks, oh. Nice.
Gotta do the special.
Eyebrows. So why the Pepto Bismol? And you didn't even...
I didn't finish.
Don't make...
Let me finish. There we go, okay.
I like your,
Is this your true self? Absolutely.
You didn't go deprived?
No.
Shameful.
Shameful, I know. I always start as a warrior in Dark Souls 2.
Pepto Bismol hair.
Pepto-Bismol hair. This is mustachio.
It is a mustachio. You're doing a Markiplier right now.
What?
Big pink mustache.
I hate it, thanks.
Why would you say this?
Character delete.
Restart the playthrough.
Whole thing scrapped.
I don't want to be known for... I don't want to be known for Smash or passing on Pokemon.
Does this make me a furry?
Yes!
Oh my gosh. My buttons are going to be rearranged in my brain now, thanks to Elden Ring.
Thanks, Elden Ring.
Thank you, Dark Souls.
Hair's so jarring.
So, yeah, I really like a lot of things about Dark Souls 2. A lot of things that people hate on Dark Souls 2 for is, like, why I love this game. And I really wanted to play Dark Souls 2, like, really badly. I've been playing, like... I've wanted to play it for the channel, and originally our plan was to do, like, Dark Souls 1, then Dark Souls 2, then Dark Souls 3, then Bloodborne, then Elden Ring. But we were like, why not just do Elden Ring as, like, our big release game? So we kind of scrapped all of our plans. The fact that the recordings got totally demolished has nothing to do with it.
No, nothing to do with it. And then we scrapped the Elden Ring.
And then, well, it's not like scrapped. It's on hiatus. There's a lot about Elden Ring that's just exhausting me right now. I think it has a lot to do with just where I am in my life as like a person. And just like spending hours and hours and hours grinding against a boss that I'm trying to learn and eventually defeat, like, it's just not my jam right now.
So this will be kind of like the other games we do where we're not going to be like going step by step where to get stuff. We're probably just going to be doing a lot of muscle memory in this game.
Yeah.
Or we're just going to run through it.
I don't even know if I'm going to be doing everything in this game. I mean, it's not like we're exactly known for like our 100% complete run through guides stuff.
That is not what Jank Junk is for. We're here to have fun.
We're here to have fun and play video games. And I mean, at the end of the day, if we're not having fun playing a video game, we're just not going to play it.
Yeah, fair enough. I've also
like I literally. There's been a dozen times in like the last couple of weeks where I sit down and I'm like, okay, I'm going to play Elden Ring for a little bit. And I turn it on and I just stare at the title screen. I'm like, I can't.
Careful these pigs. These pigs will fuck you
the
up.
pigs are fine. If you don't talk to them, they won't talk to you.
They will mess you up.
They will mess you up, but if you don't talk to them, they won't talk to you. So I do like to be pretty thorough, like going through all of the areas.
Do you make that crestfallen knight feel more crestfallen?
I usually don't talk to them unless I like really need to.
We're gonna have to worry about mimics again.
Oh no.
Climb down. I forget you don't get your Estus
Let your
like,
light
right
shine
away.
down. No, you have to talk to the Emerald Herald for it.
Yeah.
But there's some goodies around Majula that I would like to pick up to have for my...
Gonna turn into hard mode automatically right off the bat.
No. Forgot to swap to my real starting weapon.
Boom. Got him. But yeah, Dark Souls 2 is pretty fun.
Yeah, like I was saying, a lot of the reasons why a lot of people dislike Dark Souls 2 is a lot of the reasons why I really like Dark Souls 2.
What reason is those?
It's just, so to kind of summarize, like to oversimplify into one reason, one generic reason, it is because... Okay, I did light the bonfire. Sometimes I forget to light the bonfire in Majula and then you can't teleport back to it right away. So Dark Souls 2 just has a lot more fantasy elements to it.
Okay.
Which I really enjoy. Like, I'm not saying that Dark Souls doesn't have fantasy elements because you have like fucking gods throwing lightning, fighting dragons, right? So,
well, there's
but the world is more fantastic.
You call it like you can call it like traditional fantasy almost. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it almost feels like Tolkien-esque. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and there's a lot of reasons for that.
In the creature design, like the first thing I think of ogres. Ogres could have totally like the big, fucking one-eyed Cyclops guys.
For starters,
Uh-huh.
when they initially started production on Dark Souls 2, it wasn't going to be a Dark Souls game. That's one of the biggest things that a lot of people kind of miss.
Japan did that a lot with a lot of the 2 games.
But FromSoft at the time was still kind of a little baby company because they were developing this game not long before they started working on Bloodborne. They started production on this game around the same time that they were working on the Artorias of the Abyss DLC.
Yeah.
And Miyazaki didn't really want to do sequels. But they were a small company and still working with Bandai Namco.
Almost.
Bandai Namco.
Bandai Namco.
Whatever. The anime company.
You did a big switch, but yes.
They were still working with Namco Bandai.
You did good.
Now I'm doing it on purpose. And basically, they were like, we won't publish your games unless you make a sequel to Dark Souls. Because Dark Souls was like such a smash hit. Like, on the worldwide market. It wasn't like Demon Souls, which was only a small little niche game in Japan until it eventually released on the West.
It was almost like proof of concept.
Yeah, it really was in a lot of ways. But they wouldn't release another game that wasn't tied to Dark Souls, so early on in production they had to shift the focus from their original idea to actually trying to make it a sequel to Dark Souls, which is why some of the lore seems ham-fisted.
Yeah.
And then that problem was compromised by Dark Souls 2 probably being like the most unfinished FromSoft game ever. And like a lot of people don't realize just how much didn't make it into the final game that was like damn near ready to be released. But Dark Souls 2 is like seriously suffers from cut content syndrome. So
I'm just happy Dark Souls 2 exists strictly because Happy Souls is a thing because of it.
Oh yeah, Happy Souls is great.
Link that in the description.
No.
But I linked something in the description for you the other day.
It's true, you did. I don't even remember what it was.
The first thing was the Twitch documentary.
Oh!
For about Twitch Plays Pokemon.
Yeah, the really cool Gamer from Mars.
Yeah. That's in BDSP 7.
Yeah.
That was weeks ago now.
Yes.
By now.
Many moons ago.
But it was just yesterday for me. There you go, give you a little sneak preview.
But, yeah, Dark Souls 2 has kind of, like, become my comfort game.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people are like, I don't know what I feel like playing. I'm just going to turn on Dark Souls, Dark Souls 1.
That's how Dark Souls 3 was for me. Dark Souls 3 holds a really special place in my heart just because of where I was at as a person at the time that I was playing it. I was, like, going through college and... my best friends who were like the inspiration of the name of this channel actually. I had my college best friends, and instead of doing schoolwork like they were doing, I was playing Dark Souls 3 and playing Smash Brothers. And now I'm not in college and they have degrees. So stay in school, children.
Yeah, so this and like Final Fantasy 15 are the two games that like whenever I'm kind of feeling overwhelmed in life or by just like I don't know what I really feel like doing, I just turn one of these two games on and just play it until I don't want to play it anymore, which is usually doesn't happen until after I finish the game.
There you go.
Because I enjoy playing them so much. So yes, it is kind of weird to say, yeah, I don't really want to play more Elden Ring right now at this stage in time, and then go over to Dark Souls 2. But hey, you know what? It's my YouTube channel. If you don't like it, unsubscribe.
Don't do that.
No. Please don't.
Just go rewatch Elden Ring over
just
and
don't
over
watch
again.
These videos if you're really that against Dark Souls 2. And I think the thing that like frustrates me the most about like criticisms of Dark Souls 2 is a lot of them are like, oh, well, Dark Souls 2 does this X, Y, and Z problem. And it's like, you guys realize that Dark Souls 1 does all of those things. It's just people don't think about it because they're not looking for reasons to dislike the game.
Yeah. Well, like, and also, we're playing the Scholar of the First Sin edition, which is like the remaster.
Yeah, which is considered to be the definitive edition of the game.
Yeah. Because
Scholar of the First Sin... we actually don't even know who the game director was for this game.
Yeah.
So, for whatever reason, we do know that halfway through the development of this game,
Nice.
we do know that halfway through the development of this game, the director switched.
Mm-hmm.
We're not sure who was originally directing it. I'm sure there are people with close ties to, and obviously people who are working on the project who know, but it's never been made public who was directing the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know who was director when they left. So we don't know. There's two directors to Dark Souls 2, and we don't know who either of them are. Which is a little bit unfortunate, because I kind of take that as they didn't want to be associated with the project, because they knew that it wasn't going to be very good.
Yeah.
But despite all that, a lot of people... I'm not the only person who feels that way, though. Like, I've been talking about it like somehow I'm in the minority. I actually think over the years, a lot of people have grown much more fond of Dark Souls 2.
I think just people wouldn't say it's their favorite Souls game.
Yeah, a lot of people would say that it's necessarily their favorite Souls game.
It was a minority of people who are like, it's a bad game.
Yeah.
Because it's not. I've always enjoyed Dark Souls 2. One of my favorite things about Dark Souls 2 that never showed up in any other FromSoft games was like unique backstab animations. Because there's way more backstab animations for different weapons than...
Yeah, well, that was also kind of a weird system in and of itself. They were trying to fight like network lag, essentially. Yeah. It was kind of a PvP-oriented decision. Because in Dark Souls 1, there's a lot of weird instances, especially in the original, where you'd be like fishing for a backstab or some shit like that. And because of how the netcoding worked and how broken the netcoding was in general,
roll out of them.
You could like roll out of them, but get caught by them anyway. You could get like backstabbed while somebody was facing your it was all over the place. So.
PvP masters know what it is, but
yeah,
boy, I sure don't care.
But point of the story is, I really like Dark Souls 2, and
if you don't deal,
like, I really don't know how else to put it other than it is my favorite FromSoft game.
Well, don't die.
I won't. just need this guy to
He,
chill
on the
for
other
one
hand,
second.
he will die.
He, on the other hand, that feller. Alright, let's get a little bit drunk on this fire. Liquid fire.
That big Sunny D.
There was some video that I was watching. I don't know if you could hear it in the recording, but I was just trying to sneak. There was some video that I was watching that was like, we don't know what Estus is. I'm like, it's literally in the name. Like, I forget what the context was, but they were talking about like Estus flasks and like we don't really like we can't say for certain like how the Estus flask system like works, like lore wise.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, actually we can. Estus means fire. So it literally means fire flask or flask of fire. And it is filled with fire from the bonfire.
Yeah.
It is not a liquid.
That's why it refills every time you...
That's why,
sit at a bonfire.
it refills when you sit at a bonfire.
Which is kind of a cool picture to think about. You
Yeah.
sit at the bonfire and then just like stick your flask out as it like kind of zooms in. Ow.
That was very unkind.
Bomb guy is not cool.
No.
That is not a bro move. And life gems.
I'm not vibing this universe.
We're trying to counterattack? Oh,
sure
you're
you
trying to... Yeah. Stomp.
But I forgot
Big
what
smash.
button to press for a second. I like instinctively went for the counterattack. That's another mechanic that like kind of began to disappoint me after a little while in Elden Ring.
Yeah, because it stopped being good after a while.
Because eventually, unless you're going like deep into like great shields, and you have kind of the right weapon, some weapon their counterattacks just suck.
Yeah,
So unless you're like going deep into great shields and really going into like a heavy sword and board build with a lot of stamina and just a really high like guard, whatever the stat is called, block rating, shield. Because like a lot of bosses, it's just not very good against.
No, it's not, because most of the time, especially like when you get to more tree sentinels and stuff, a lot of bosses can just run away from you after they hit you.
Yeah.
I've also kind of gotten tired of Elden Ring. That's why I've actually gotten more into like one, because I've talked about this in another episode. Me and Alex are watching Dragon Ball Super, and so I'm on a Dragon Ball kick right now. So I started playing Xenoverse 2 and playing Dragon Ball Fighters just because I like Dragon Ball. But I started playing Fighters again just really as an excuse to not play Elden Ring. Because I was like...
And, like, it's kind of weird, because I really do enjoy Elden Ring.
Yeah, I don't dislike it.
Like, I really like the lore. I really like the general... Like, I like the world. I like playing it mostly. It's just... It kind of reached a critical mass for me where it's like, alright, this is too much boss.
Yeah, well, like, once it's...
That's what happened to me.
I don't know, I felt, like, overwhelmed. You know what I mean? Like, there's still so... Like, I've played for 50 plus hours or something like that. Which is, like, not a long time for, like, a Souls game. Like, I mean... Well,
especially for, like, Elden Ring, there are people who are like, yeah, it took me, like, 100 hours to get to where I am now, and I haven't even done everything. God, dude, stop it. These guys are going nutter butters.
But I've gone 50 plus hours, and I don't even think I'm halfway through the game yet.
Oh, I'm like definitely like not even halfway through all those.
And it's just, I feel like I
don't know.
It's just overwhelming. I got to the main city, is where I'm at right now. And I recently changed my build, but like that didn't, I was enjoying it, but...
And it does, to that point, it does get kind of exhausting how large some of the zones are. It's like, okay, I just spent like 10 hours exploring like just one underground zone.
Yeah.
It's like, holy crap, I need to go do something else. Then it's like you get to another zone and it's like, okay, this is going to take me another 10 hours to explore this whole zone.
I really feel if like the vigor thing is what really fucked it up. vigor not raising with your health.
Yeah. So that's kind of like a weird design thing that I don't know if I've really talked about on the channel.
We can talk about it now.
I feel like we should be talking about Dark Souls 2.
Well, we're in the big opening.
Ah.
We can talk about Dark Souls 2 when we hit Restore.
Well, we have so much time to talk about Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, we're only in the beginning. But, we're more so... We're going to deep analysis of why we stopped Elden Ring, I think.
Yeah.
Because we just kind of...
Because I think it is an important, like, kind of stop and look situation. Like, kind of break down why we reached the point that we reached.
Yeah.
So for me, it was... I was kind of reaching diminishing returns, but for me it was specifically the sewers beneath the capital city. So I don't think you've even gotten to there yet. And I was mostly trying to just like work on the next stage of the Dung Eater's quest, which I decided to just kill him for my first playthrough.
Yeah. Kind
of little spoiler for my, it's my off-camera run, so it's not like I'm spoiling anything necessarily from the janky junk playthrough, but I don't know, like, if it was just like even compared to the level that I was at, because I'm like level 110 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was like low comparatively for where I was supposed to be or what, but just going through that zone and just fighting the big fucking enemies that all were just exhausting to fight. And then having to just fight one after another after another. It reached a point where it was like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, because it's like, you'll get to an area and you'll feel like, oh, I'm actually kind of like properly leveled for this. And then you'll get to the next area and you're like, I am seriously underleveled. Yeah.
And like I kind of get the argument that it's like, oh well, it's an open world game. You're supposed to like, you're not supposed to go through the main areas like that, like so rapidly. You're supposed to like, okay, I did this, now I'm going to go off and explore. Then I do this, and I'm going to go off and explore. But I still feel like so underwhelming. Like I'm using the Sword of Night and Fire.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure, they nerfed the weapon art. Well, I didn't really rely on the weapon art too heavily anyway.
Yeah.
But they did nerf the weapon art, to be fair, but they didn't really nerf the sword itself. And my Sword of Night and Flame is at +9. Mm-hmm. So it's almost as strong as it can possibly be. And then on top of that, like your actual weapon upgrade rating plays a huge part in your actual damage output. Mm. And I still feel like my damage output is terrible.
Yeah.
Because I'm essentially just using the base stats for the weapon. So, like, I'm just exhausted because I feel like I'm not doing enough damage, and I have to sink all of my available levels, which are not cheap for the point where I'm at in the game. It's not like levels are still a dime a dozen.
30,000 for like, one vigor.
Yeah, like, I literally have the base stats that I need to use the Sword of Night and Fire, and then I have, like, 50 vigor. And I feel like that's not nearly enough, and I just constantly need to pump more and more and more into vigor.
Because vigor in the other Souls games is a dump stat almost. You really don't need to mess with it because every time you level up, your health goes up anyway. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, exactly.
You don't have to worry about it.
So
as
you
much.
you only need to put stats into vigor when you really feel like you want the stats in vigor.
Yeah, when you feel like you need to heal or have more health.
And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are like, oh, just don't get fucking hit, nerds. Like, get good. It's like, okay, fine. You have your argument, but that's kind of a moot point.
There is the joke that Souls players, the get good joke. You know,
yeah.
But there's a difference between like getting good and good game design.
But like, so
not saying Elden Ring is a bad designed game because it's not. It's a really
there's
good
a
game.
very specific moment in the game that basically just made me go, okay, I can't be fucked to deal with this.
Yeah.
I'm goddamn done.
Yeah. And it was the 3 Prism Knights or whatever.
So in the sewers, you have like the I don't even know what they're called. Like the naked like sumo wrestling guys.
Okay. I haven't even seen them. So.
You probably, if you saw one, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Go off, King.
But so there's a lot of those guys, right? And they're kind of like stronger than usual for whatever reason. Like they're level appropriate, I should say, for that area. But like they're very, very tough enemies to begin with. And these ones are kind of like juiced up on top of that.
Yeah.
So I reached a point where I'm like going through the sewers, and I keep on fucking dying in the sewers to begin with, which is exhausting because I don't really like being there in the first place.
Yeah.
But I reached a point where I came out of this pipe, and it was kind of like... I'm not going to drop down there.
I was about to say, I was like, spend all that time getting back up.
Like, imagine, like, I'm standing here, and there's a ladder up, right, to the next level. Mm-hmm. And there's one of those big fucking dudes that's blocking your progress.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, I can, like, try and run away and kite and, you know, be cheesy, and it's, like, fine. But I was like, okay, it's just one of them. It shouldn't be too terrible to take him on. So I start fighting him, and while I'm fighting him, two more of those same exact fucking enemies come dropping down.
Do cartwheels and shit?
No.
With the big buggy eyes?
No.
Okay. I'm still thinking.
And I, like, that was the point where I was like, I'm just fucking done with this. Like, I can't be fucked. And I'm like, if this is like an optional area, I'm never gonna fucking do it in any of my playthroughs ever because I just fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And if it's not an optional area, I just can't be bothered right now to give a shit to actually like work on clearing it. And it takes a lot for me to reach that point in a game where I like actually reach a point where I'm just like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's really, really hard to explain because it's nothing that Elden Ring is doing wrong exactly.
That's like the
it's not
part.
the fault of the game necessarily. It's just a lot of little things, and my frustrations kind of just mounting to the point where I just don't care enough. I'm like, okay, I can probably live out the rest of my life knowing that Elden Ring is a fantastic game, and I think it's a fantastic game, but it's just not for me at this point in time.
At this juncture, yeah.
And Dark Souls 1 was like that for me.
Yeah.
Like, I tried Dark Souls 1 when it first came out, and I was like, nope, not happening.
Want to exhaust her dialogue real quick? So
I thought I did.
Oops. It's high time. Yep. You did it.
I still need more for the Ferris's Oxen and stuff.
Everything times is yeah, so that's our
So that's my little rant on
Elden Ring. It only took half the episode.
So eventually one day we might go back to it, maybe even start a fresh playthrough, see how we feel about it.
Yeah.
It might be better if I'm just playing through it with one character rather than trying to juggle like 2 or 3 like I was.
At the same time, yeah.
So we'll see how it all is.
Like I tried to freshen up my gameplay by trying a bow only build, and God did that die quickly.
Yeah.
Because the game's not designed for it. I thought it might be. I was like, oh, finally you can do like a bow only build because you can so easily get arrows. But I spent like 4 hours grinding for arrows, and got exactly 10 minutes into the game, and I needed to grind for arrows again.
Yeah.
So, because it took so many arrows to kill things. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done. The game has some cool stuff, and it's still...
The game has a lot of cool stuff.
A lot of cool stuff.
And I think they also need to, if they're going to do something like Elden Ring again, they need to give you some of the cooler weapons a little bit earlier and more accessible into the game.
I just feel like... I don't know. I played Dark Souls 3 like 100 times before it got like dull. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know what the difference is. I do know what the difference is. I think it's just kind of like not analysis paralysis, but it's like I have so much more to do. It's overwhelming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for me, it's not even like overwhelming. It's just like reached a point where it's like I can't be bothered to grind out bosses and progress through this game by inches when every area of the game is so fucking huge. I thought I was about to fucking die.
I feel like the game like really struggles when you get to the point where you're just not satisfied after you beat a boss.
Yeah.
Where you'll take all that time and effort to beat a boss, and it's just like I don't feel justified or gratified.
I think it's compounded a little bit with Elden Ring in a weird way, because like they don't have the boss soul system, which is kind of fine, because it would probably get more exhausting to have to like go back to an NPC and convert your boss souls after you killed everything.
Yeah.
But like for the same token, it's also really not that exciting, and I think this is another problem for me, is I've reached a point where it's really just not that worth grinding out bosses to be like, okay, I've spent now, all this time... Oh, God. I thought I was going right into the water. Like, I don't want to be, okay, I've spent all this time grinding out this boss only to get, 3,000 souls and a weapon I'm not going to use.
Yeah.
Are you not dead yet? Holy shit.
Oh!
Perfect.
That arrow went straight through your head.
I was like, okay, let me, swap to my life gems and start healing up, but
okay.
Nope.
Maybe now stop talking about Elden Ring. We went another 10 minutes.
There's just a lot to say.
Yeah.
But
and again,
last thing, I
clarify that we don't think Elden Ring is a bad
on.
game.
No, I think Elden Ring is fantastic.
Elden Ring is a great game. It's just overwhelming for me. But go ahead, finish your point.
Yeah, my last point is like, yeah, man, I'm so glad I just spent 6 hours grinding against one boss for, 1/13 of a level up and a weapon that I'm never ever going to use.
Yeah. Yep.
Especially when the weapon is like basically just a generic greatsword. It's like, okay, that was fantastic.
Yep. Anyway, Dark Souls 2, however.
This game...
Pursuer.
This game is my bread and butter. There's only one thing that I've ever said I can't be fucked to do in Dark Souls 2.
What was that?
And that is... Where the fuck... I have questions about where this guy came from and what his plan is. So the one thing that I've never bothered to do in Dark Souls 2 is the Dark Lurker.
Dark Lurker?
Yes.
I don't know that off the top of my head.
So the Dark Lurker... I thought there was an item there. The Dark Lurker is the boss that's associated with the Divers of the Deep Covenant.
Okay.
Where you have to find the dude in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And then after you talk to him 3 times in 3 different spots in the game, he's like, oh, do you want to become like a Dark Delver or whatever? And you're like, yes, okay. And then you have to offer humanity to attempt to clear out these passages. And what happens is you clear them out. You need to do each one at least once. Clear out all 3.
Fuck these bows.
Yeah, this spot is kind of a little out there sometimes. Sometimes I do that jump and then I get a headshot and just fall into the water. It's great.
You want to make sure you get your souls.
Oh, yeah, I can get them when I come back.
We're going to talk to this archaeological guy.
I forgot what I was saying.
Dark Lurker.
Oh, yeah. But it's just a lot of time and effort that I just, like, I never saw the point of investing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, first off, each attempt requires you to give up a human effigy, if you want to or not.
Yeah.
So if you want to be human for each attempt on top of that, so that's 1 human effigy just to access the dungeon, and then 1 human effigy to be human. And yeah, there are ways of like farming infinite human effigies and stuff like that, but but point of the story is I just, like, if I don't think that the payout is necessarily worth the effort, I'm just not going to do it.
I feel like another thing for me is like a big part of the Souls stuff is when you're playing like around other people who are also playing it, you have that like bit of like bragging you do, like, oh, I could do this, blah 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 blah.
Yeah, or even better, like in situations like that, you kind of like can sit down and you have that collective knowledge.
It's almost like rivalry, you know what I mean? Like you're like, oh, he did this, well now I have to try to do it too. It got to the point where I was talking to Gage and Daniel, who were playing along at the time, and I was like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. I got all the way down to this area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dan is like, yeah, you know, me and my friend, we just sped through the game because we wanted
we already beat the game.
Just get to the end. And we're like, okay, that's fantastic.
I'm gonna heal. So you don't get another arrow to the head.
One arrow to the head isn't coming at this second.
Careful, it's a 2-foot drop. Half your health.
Yeah, I will say that's one thing that Elden Ring was a lot more forgiving with his drop distance. But,
Yeah.
I mean...
Drop.
There's a lot more verticality to it, too.
Yeah, it kind of had to be. But we love you, Elden Ring. We just need to take a break. We're just seeing other people. Those other people being Jack and Daxter and
Dishonored and Dark Souls 2.
And we're not breaking up with Pokemon.
No.
We're in a really good spot in Pokemon, even though we had some deaths recently.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Pokemon has been an absolute riot. I think that's like notwithstanding like our anything that we haven't uploaded yet is like our best series so far.
Yeah, we're still an early YouTube channel at this point, so it's hard to describe.
I mean, like we're barely through, like halfway through our second month as a YouTube channel.
Yeah, we're
uploading
early. By the time this episode is up, it'll be the start of our 3rd month, because we'll be up. The last Elden Ring episode was episode 8. Fuck! Well, we can just run right up there this time.
Yeah.
We don't have to go through that down area.
I don't know why I didn't expect him to hit that one.
Well, my brain, the first thing I do...
Usually I roll through them, so that's not even like a possibility, but...
I never even fight them. I just cause them to blow them up anyway.
Yeah.
Go down to the
Yeah, I
ladder.
forgot for a second that I didn't open up the shortcut.
You were very close to it.
It's like the worst I've ever done in this game.
Sorry, we were talking about Elden Ring. What are you doing?
I wanted to two-hand my weapon and held the button for a second too long.
We were talking about Elden Ring. You did a big foregore. Poke. Poke. Poke.
So I do not know what weapon I'm going to be using yet.
Oh, yeah. I always love the twin sword, just because I feel like Darth Maul.
I've done a lot of playthroughs of Dark Souls 2. Very typically, I just go, okay, greatsword time.
For sure, greatsword.
But
your Morning Star was definitely doing way more damage.
well, yeah, because it's
Because
bashed
bludgeoning.
enemies.
Yeah. Got him.
Congratulations, you played yourself. Okay.
They fall so quickly.
Yep.
It's just instantaneous.
Oh, those guys over there are still shooting at me.
Do you have a fire thing?
Yes.
Because I use him to do that.
I am made of fire.
Fair enough.
Why use firebomb? When can you use sword?
When is fire? We got 5,000 souls.
I do have 5,000 souls. Normally I buy the Pharaoh's Lockstone from her, but I'm gonna hold off on that.
Oh shit! There's a
Whoa!
dude. Fucking, he's coming in with some real goon shit. He had his arms up and everything. He was doing that thing.
Shying away.
The Dark Souls 1 thing.
I don't know what much to say, I'll say it anyway.
We're gonna get copyrighted.
Whoa.
Careful. Careful, SpongeBob.
I didn't expect him to hit me on the backswing like
Careful,
that. That was like...
Careful, SpongeBob. I think I remember, but then I forgore.
Gonna unequip those for now, so I only have Life gems to worry about.
Good luck, soldier.
I want to go back to...
Oh, you're green. I forgot. I totally forgot the hollowification is nasty in this.
Yeah, oh, it's nasty.
It's gross.
Oh, you're nasty. I'm trying to pick up a couple of these items while he's coming down.
Here's this to easy for you. Oh. Would it be better to have the mace for him?
I swapped to the mace.
Oh, well, there you go. Oh god, that damage.
It's perfect.
Baby damage. Does it still skip this boss fight if you beat him here?
Correct.
Cool. Because I knew it did it in the first Soul or Dark Souls 2, but I didn't know if Scholar did it the same way. But
Tish.
I didn't say I said leave me alone. Shut up, your computer is advertising Fortnite.
Yeah, it's stuck on that for some reason. I don't know why I just let that happen.
Uppercut. Uppercutted.
Uppercutted.
So I accidentally smacked those
We are
dudes.
the Jujutsu Kaisen.
Ooh. It's been a minute since I've seen that animation.
Yeah, he's
I didn't
like,
even remember that one.
he's really not cooperating with me right now.
Nice.
I'm really trying to get him to do his...
Whiff.
That.
I started watching a little bit of Black Clover. It's okay.
I will take your word for it.
Because my brother really recommended it. And I wanted to watch anime, but I didn't want to watch Dragon Ball without you.
If your brother jumped off a cliff, would you do it? If he recommended it?
If you recommended it? If your brother recommended jumping off a cliff, would you?
I'm like in the zone right now.
Pursuer's super cool.
Yeah.
This is a big manly chest. With screaming souls coming out.
I literally got caught on that enemy. Big dumb. Yes, just keep doing that. That's perfect.
I love how, like...
I really kind of played with fire.
I feel like I remember back in the first one, if you walked into a sword halfway through the animation, it would play anyway.
Yeah. You're correct. That is a thing that would happen.
Look at that.
Smooth as butter.
Ring of Blades, here we come. Best ring in the game. Oh, he did a big... He broke his stamina.
Broke his staminas.
Even though that really doesn't mean anything.
No. Means you can get an extra hit in.
Pauses for a second. Oh, you can't hit those enemies away? Luckily? Or maybe you're just
maybe
getting lucky?
not.
Because that would suck.
Yeah.
Fighting Pursuer and randos.
I'd probably have to give up the ghost at that point.
We got it. Boom.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't doing this last time. I say last time, but I mean like earlier.
Just don't
All he
get
was
greedy.
doing was-
That's the big thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah!
Okay.
Soul the Pursuer.
Yeah, some of these big dumb idiots wake up.
Oh wow, that guy came running up.
Yeah.
And these guys are harder than the Pursuer.
Yeah, if you're not careful. Especially if you don't know that they're coming, but... Guess who does know things and is coming?
And you get your kickback.
Kind of.
Well, it's not a kick, it's the guard breaking it. Wow, he hit you through your roll.
Yeah. Adaptability, why?
He said take that.
It's still kind of like oddly unreliable, but...
We were just remembering it fondly because they took it away from us in
Yes.
Elden Ring.
It's now just delegated to a...
Holy souls, Batman.
Yeah. Okay, Ring of Blades, back to my... Sword of Fire!
Fire Sword.
Alright, now I'm going to buy this stick.
And this rock.
And this rock.
See,
Easy mode unlocked.
Pursuer gave you like 1,000 souls.
Yeah.
If you want to think about it that way. She's already remembered. She's already good. We exhausted that dialogue. We also got to buy that key.
I already did.
Oh, look at that.
I'm so ways ahead of you.
I'm not paying attention. We're talking about... We're talking too much about Elden Ring.
What did I... There was something that I just wanted to do. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The ring that I just got. I should put that on.
Look at that.
Okay. This is usually a good point where I like to go back to Majula. Get a couple of Majula things done.
We're speedrunning.
We're doing the speed runs.
Even though we're totally not.
Not even a little bit.
Not
If I was Distortion 2, though, right now, boy, oh boy, we'd be halfway done.
Dark Souls speedruns are very jarring to me.
Why?
So it's like doing essentially like the same strats of like a Soul Level 1 build almost.
A lot of times, yeah.
But
Very, like Glass Cannon
but
stuff.
do it faster.
Yeah.
Do that thing that's already hard, but do it faster.
Okay, I don't want to start leveling here.
I don't know. Don't know what build you're going for.
Ooh. Probably be kind of safe and bring my dex up to 15. And start bringing up my adaptability. And for anybody who thinks adaptability is a dumb stat, shut up, you're wrong.
Why is that, Alex?
Because they're wrong.
Oh. End of story. Because they're wrong, end of sentence.
Care to elaborate? No.
No. Oh, take this, you idiot. We can talk to him.
If you're the type of person who's ever played an RPG and made any decision at all to ever make yourself harder to kill and you think adaptability is a dumb stat, you're just wrong.
I'm not
if you've ever played Dark Souls, I'm not arguing with you either. I'm arguing with the people.
With society.
It is society that is wrong. If you have ever played Dark Souls 2 and leveled up even once, by default, your argument that adaptability is a dumb stat is wrong.
I usually don't mess with it too much, but I always call Vigor a dumb stat because...
If you play Dark Souls and you upgrade any of your equipment, weapons or armor, and you think adaptability is a dumb stat, you're wrong.
Health was one of those things, like, in this, where it like doesn't matter how much you level up your health, it still feels like you're, like, weak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crush.
Whoops.
You know what I miss?
What?
Poise. I'm not a big fan of Dark Souls 1, but boy do I miss Dark Souls 1 poise.
I'm glad that it's gone, honestly.
Why? It's just a different playstyle.
It is a different playstyle, but it's like...
It's not even that busted.
It's almost... I disagree.
I think
it's fundamentally broken.
Well, because it's strong in PvE, but PvP it doesn't matter. PvP it's like objectively bad to have a poise build in PvP.
Do I want to go Rapier?
We just bought it, so...
Yeah, I know. I always buy Rapier, though, because they're just generally good. I don't know if I actually want to commit to it yet or not. We will think about it.
Well,
we don't really need to upgrade our weapon for a little bit. So.
It's not build one Elden Ring where you didn't have any upgradable items for the longest time.
Mansion.
But so why don't you like poise? Another thing we disagree with. Yet another.
So I don't like Dark Souls 1 poise because it tips the scales too far. So I like that Dark Souls is very big on like a more fluid difficulty system. Where it's like in Dark Souls 1, if you want, like you can kindle your bonfires, increase your Estus, and like that's a choice that you're making. Right? I mean, even in the following Dark Souls games, there's choices that you're making that are making the game easier for you. Like, you can choose to use life gems in Dark Souls 1. You can choose to improve your Estus flasks. Like, all these different little choices that you're making. But I feel like with Dark Souls 1, they do enough already that adding the poise system kind of just tips the scale too far in the player's favor. To the point where it like just trivializes a lot of the game, because you can just deck yourself out in Havel. Your weight limit doesn't matter because you're never rolling. Like, your health doesn't really matter because you have so much armor and poise that you just tank through everything. It's like, all you need to do is slap on Havel's armor, cap out whatever damage stat you're looking for, and then just swing your sword blindly. Just flail at whatever is coming in your vague direction. And it's good enough.
I feel like it's more so giving you like the feeling of power. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
I didn't realize this guy was doing so much damage to me.
Yeah, he's like kind of strong. He's not playing around.
I was trading with him. It's like,
Take that.
yeah, take that, you big dumb skeleton. I wasn't worried about you at all.
And now you can
Now I can respec my 4 levels.
yeah, that's like. I know I just leveled up, but you can respec now. Here you
I come down here mostly for the Estus Flash shard, but
Well, I mean, just getting this for later is good.
where did I even get all these souls from? Oh yeah, because I popped them all. But yeah, I feel like it's just too much of an extreme in one direction. Because there's not really like a good argument that makes it like a fair give and take, like a lot of things are. Did I get the chest up here? I feel like I forgot to open it. I probably got it and just don't remember it because it's like second fucking nature.
Well, I always split the game into like PvP versus PvE. You know what I mean? So if you care more about the PvE, and you can, when it comes to like Dark Souls 1, I don't know. I like big tanky builds, so poise felt nice. When shit bounces off your shield, it feels good. I kind of got that feeling in Elden Ring at one point where I put on my first great shield and then fought the Bloodhound jail.
Yeah.
And he swung at me and
Like Hypogean Jail or whatever it's called.
The boss bounced off of my shield and I felt so powerful.
And you're like, hell
moment.
yeah.
I was like, yes, you're nothing to me right now. To be fair, I did do a lot of grinding in that game. Anyway, it's about time to call it anyway.
Is it already?
It
so
is.
Soon?
Yeah, we talked about Elden Ring for 30 minutes and then talked about Dark Souls 1 for the last 20.
Wow.
Thanks,
It's almost
Dark
like
Souls
we're
2.
just, having a chill time.
We are. I'm not making fun of it. I'm just stating the facts.
I'm so annoyed that I'm literally 1 point away from getting Dex to 20.
Let's get it to 18 and make adaptability 8.
That's not how it works.
Do you need it to for 20 for some specific
The
reason?
number has to end in 5 or 0. That's the specific reason.
Oh.
Right.
There. Then just don't level up. Man, it feels bad all around. Alright, till next time.
Until next time.